The Wise Story of Akbar Birbal. Story: Birbal in Exile. Akbar and Birbal were good friends, still at times Akbar was annoyed at Birbal. During a court session, Akbar's favorite queen sent a message that she wanted to see him. Akbar wanted to finish his work before leaving. Soon the queen sent another messenger asking for the emperor. When Akbar got up to leave the court, he saw Birbal smiling, which made Akbar uncomfortable. Akbar in a rage said, "Birbal, go away and don't ever set foot on my soil." Birbal knew that explaining anything at this point won't be any good, so he left quietly. Other jealous courtiers were happy to see Birbal being punished and thrown out of the kingdom. As no one was able as Birbal in helping Akbar in tricky matters of the court, Akbar started missing Birbal. One day, when Akbar looked out of his window, he saw Birbal riding a chariot. He called Birbal and asked, "How dare you disobey me?" Birbal said, "Your Majesty, you asked me not to step on your soil. So I sprinkled soil from the neighboring kingdom on this chariot. I will step on it throughout my life." Akbar laughed at the joke and called him back in the court. Story: Greed for Mangoes. Like every year, a fresh yields of mangoes had been gifted to Akbar, and he was having full pleasure in eating the fresh mangoes gifted to him. One day, Akbar and Birbal had lunch together. They sunk their teeth into the juicy mangoes and relished its taste. They were having a good time chatting and eating mangoes. When they finished eating mangoes, they left the seeds under the table. After Akbar had his fill, he thought of playing a practical joke. He pushed all the mango seeds from his side to Birbal's side. The seeds pushed added into the heap of seeds of Birbal. Then he said, "Birbal, I know you like mangoes, but I didn't know you were so greedy. Look how many mangoes you have eaten." Birbal looked under the table and saw that all the mango seeds were added to his side. Birbal instantly replied, "Your Majesty, I like mangoes, but not so much as you. You have eaten the seeds too." Akbar laughed heartily. Story: Whom Should I Call? After a good night's sleep, Akbar woke up fresh. He got out of bed and looked into the mirror. He shouted and called his servant and said, "Go and call him now." The obedient servant rushed out, but after a moment he realized that he did not know whom to call. But he was terrified to ask Akbar, as the emperor might get furious. Now he went to Birbal instead and narrated his case. Birbal asked the servant, "What was the emperor doing when he called you?" The servant said, "He was looking at his image in the mirror." Birbal said, "It means the emperor noticed that his hair had grown long. He wanted to see the barber." In the meantime, Akbar realized that he had not told the servant whom he should get. Then servant entered his room with the barber. Akbar was surprised. He asked, "How did you understand that I wanted to see the barber?" The servant replied, "Birbal told me, Your Majesty." Akbar admired Birbal's understanding. Story: An Appeal. One day at court, a woman came with an appeal for her stolen jewelry. She said, pointing towards a man, "Your Majesty, this man grabbed my bag of gold ornaments and ran away." The man said, "I am a tourist in this city, Your Majesty. This woman brought me here to show me your palace." Birbal asked the woman, "What is the worth of your ornaments?" She said, 7,000 gold coins. Birbal knew she could not afford so much gold, but he gave her the money. After that, she left satisfied. Birbal whispered a plan to the man and a servant. They followed the woman. After a while, the man tried to take away the woman's bag, but she held him by his collar, and she again reached to Akbar's court to complain against him. But the servant told Birbal what he had seen. Birbal asked the woman, "If this man could not snatch a bag from you now, how could he have snatched bag of ornaments from you earlier?" The woman fell at Akbar's feet and begged for forgiveness. Story: The Growing Fame. Birbal's wisdom was getting famous all over the world day by day. Kings from other kingdoms also wanted to see Birbal. Once, a king invited Birbal to his palace. Birbal paid a visit to the king. The king was impressed with Birbal's wit and wisdom. When Birbal's stay came to an end and when he was leaving, the king gave him many gifts. As he left the palace, one of the king's ministers asked Birbal, "How do you like our emperor in comparison to your emperor Akbar?" Birbal said, "Your king is like the full moon, while Emperor Akbar is like the crescent-shaped quarter moon." Everyone was happy with Birbal's answer. As no one understood the meaning of the answer, nor did anyone ask about the meaning, when Birbal reached Akbar's court, he came to know that his answer had angered Akbar. Akbar said, "You are not loyal to me, you have insulted me." Birbal explained, "Your Majesty, the full moon becomes smaller every day, while the quarter moon grows bigger. Your fame and power too is growing every day. That is the reason behind calling you a crescent-shaped moon." Akbar was happy to hear this and hugged Birbal. You have been listening to the wise stories of Akbar Birbal. If you have enjoyed this audiobook, then please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for being a word teller listener. We will be back with another audiobook shortly. Till then, happy listening.